So hello everyone, this is your Krishna from Women Today YouTube channel. So in this channel, we have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India. We are just traveling to different cities and we are doing offline interviews, and we are also doing online interviews across different cities in India and also across different countries in the world. So today's our guest is from Bhopal. Her name is Neha Singh. She is a yoga trainer. So I welcome you, Neha Singh ma'am, to this Women Today YouTube channel. So please kindly introduce about yourself, about the kind of work that you're doing to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
Yeah, it's an honor to be a part of this interview process. I'm waiting for this interview since long. We are conversating on this. So yes, you introduced me. Like my name is Neha and I'm from Bhopal. I'm a yoga instructor. So yes, I done my course that is PG Diploma in Stress Management through yoga. So that's all.
So you did a PG diploma in stress management.
Yeah, through yoga. How we can manage stress through yoga. That's what I have learned.
So tell me, ma'am, what inspired to become a yoga trainer? Also, what inspired you to pursue a career in yoga? Because you did a diploma, something like which is totally like different from other conventional jobs. Because people will be telling us to either get into engineering or doctor or any kind of technical one. So tell us about your inspiration. Where did you get, which led ultimately to pursue a career in diploma in stress management in yoga, ma'am?
Yeah, I was a HR professional before. So yes, during the COVID is the time where I felt really anxious and depressed because of the situation which is going worldwide. So I felt very claustrophobic to be at home. I was a kid at that time. I cannot go out, and so that was the time felt very anxious. So my husband was into TM, that is transcendental meditation. So he suggested me why not to practice meditation to calm yourself down, to calm your anxiety level down. So I think at that time I given a thought, and that was a difficult process for me, because to sit idly without doing nothing, shut your eyes down, it is very difficult. Let me tell you, it is very difficult. So I did that, but I failed miserably, like 2 3 times. But after that I felt really like it is helpful. It was helping me to manage my anxiety. And let me tell you very frankly, I was a gym person. So I was not able to imagine how one can do workout without music. So but after feeling the magic of this meditation process, I want to explore yoga more. So yes, I started with some sukshma yoga, some yoga from YouTube channel. But that time I felt this is not the right process, because if you are doing yoga, you should be with the right person, with the right instructor who can teach you well, because every individual is different. Okay, if someone is suffering from any particular disease, and if we are doing wrong poses, wrong asanas, then it will go completely wrong on your body and mind. So then I thought not to go with any instructor. It's better to learn yoga from any good institution. So I enrolled with a course that I've already told you. So I went there, I understood my body's anatomy, mind's anatomy. So that helps me a lot. So yeah, that's how my yoga journey has begun. Yeah.
So yeah, it's better to learn the kind of things which we want to know about it by ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the right thing,
Yeah.
because instead of going and following a person who actually, if you want to learn something from someone, you should have an ultimate trust on them. So if not,
Yeah,
then better
of
to
course.
go and learn from yourself. Like you can just search the sources from here where you can actually learn. And also speaking about the yoga poses, of course, if you do a simple kind of yoga move wrongly, like if you're just bending in the wrong way, it will actually ultimately lead you to pain for many days, because that's the kind of essence in yoga. You should do it correctly, you can actually get good benefits from it, or else you will get some kind of effects from it. I do understand, ma'am. So also tell
Yeah.
us if there is any kind of thing that, if you told me that okay, I have learned without any kind of teachers, so I have learned it on my own. So tell us, ma'am, when
Hmm.
you're performing yoga asanas, so at one point of
Hmm.
time, did you ever do any of these yoga asanas by posing it in the wrong way, and did you get any of the side effects? And if it's like that, how did you actually recover from it, ma'am?
I think yes, I was doing so many poses wrongly because when I went to a like school or a college, then I got to learn the Surya Namaskar is very technical. For that matter, that like everybody knows Surya Namaskar, but I'm sure if you are not know the technicality associated with that whole entire process. Surya Namaskar is inculcating 12 asanas itself, right? So I was doing entirely wrong. I was following the moves, but where there are asanas, like we start with Namaskar, then Hastotan, then Padhas, then Ashra Sanchalan. There are so many 12 asanas. So I was doing five correctly and four entirely wrong. So yes, there was a time like when I was not knowing the technicalities associated with the asanas because we have to understand our anatomy and our lengthening, how much you need to move your leg back and then further. So yes, that was something which I was lacking, and then I got to learn it from there, and I can compare the both of the things, and then I got to know that it was wrongly how wrong I was doing before. So yes.
So yeah, I do understand. Surya Namaskar is the very first thing which you can do, the best
Yeah.
yogasana in the morning during the sunrise, because
Yeah.
all the kind of chakras will be aligned by doing this
Yeah.
Surya Namaskar. That's a great thing.
Correct.
So also tell us,
Correct.
ma'am, yeah, there is a difference between this yoga and stretching, because Surya Namaskar when you do and whatever yogasanas you do, you'll be doing a lot of stretching things. So also on the other
Mm-hmm.
hand, comparing to the Western side kind of exercises, they do stretching kind of practices. So tell us, what is the
Hmm.
kind of difference which you can expect, and what is the main goal between this yoga and stretching? So tell us the difference between both of these kind of exercises, ma'am.
Yeah, I think stretching is a part of yoga. Okay, yoga is a wholesome process. It's a holistic approach where we try to align our mind, body, and spirit. Okay, this is the only kind of workout, I should say, where we can get a chance to align with our mind, body, and spirit at the same time. So, stretching usually we do before and after. Okay, so before starting with any asanas, we ensure that our body is warm up properly. Otherwise, I will end up with some problems like muscle cramp, or some kind of problems we are going to land up for sure. So stretching is something which we use to do before and after the process of this whole practice. So this is the major difference.
So yeah, stretching is something which also one of the exercise, because doing yoga
Yeah.
you can actually include those kind of stretching things. I do understand, ma'am.
Yeah.
So also tell us if there is any kind of favorite thing you consider. There may be many yogasanas which does stretching, and which one is your most favorite, and also tell us if any yogasanas which include the stretching part, which each and every age category can do, like it may be for the kids, old age people, or anybody. So which is the most easiest yogasana which one can perform by actually stretching the body? So tell us about it, ma'am.
I think the best way to stretch your entire body out is Surya Namaskar. I
Yeah.
always recommend that. Yes, because it is a full package. Because each part of your body, joint and muscle, is going to be involved and involved in the process of Surya Namaskar, because it's 12 asanas into this process. So you can get this is the best thing that children, adults, and old age people can easily do. What difference you can make, like adults, if you are healthy and sound, then you can do it in a fast pace, and if you are into that age, like old age, you can perform it like little slowly. So this is the best thing you can do. The whole body stretching is possible with this Surya Namaskar. So this is the best thing to do.
So also, you are just telling in the beginning of the interview that you did a diploma in stress management in yoga. So tell us,
Yeah.
how does this yoga actually relieve some stress and anxiety? Because when you enter any company, when you're working for any company, when you're just doing any kind of studies, it may be school or it may be college, it may be any kind of things. Always you'll be having some deadlines, because of which we will be having a lot of stress inside our body, and also at the same time we'll be having a lot of anxiety. So what will happen if we are not going to finish our project? What will happen if we are not going to do our task at the right time? So tell us, how does this yoga help us actually to reduce stress and anxiety both at the same time?
As you rightly said, that this is an era where we all are facing stress somewhere and somehow. So we are living in 21st century, and it is full of scrolling era, right? So what I personally believe that phone is the culprit for this stress, because previously in later era, we were hardly having few people are having this landline phones. So once people is in their home, they are with their family or friends only, right? So they are mentally with them. They are not carrying their baggage of office or something where people is very approachable. They can transfer the office issues immediately to the person, so that they can not be with their family like physically or mentally properly with them. So this is the major cause for the stress. And as far as yoga, I can tell you, yoga can do miracle when in terms of managing your stress. How? Because if you are performing asanas or meditation or breath work, so it will help you to calm down your nervous system, right? So we do have parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system. What sympathetic nervous system do is, it will activate your fight and flight response, where you can better deal with the stressful situation. It will prepare your body for the stressful situation, right? And parasympathetic nervous system is rest and digest mode, which will promote relaxation in your body. So this by this way you can manage your stress level. What it will do, it will regularize the kind of stressful hormones like cortisol level. Cortisol level will get down and endorphin level will get up. Like, have you ever heard, if you will exercise, you can activate your happy hormones. So by that ways you can manage your stress level. So this is how miraculously yoga can do into your life. It will calm your mind, it will calm your body. It will, by performing yoga, you can go to that state where you can lower your stress levels down. So yes, yoga helps you a lot if you, in terms of stress management.
Yeah, I do understand that yoga actually release happy hormones. Of course, happy
Yes.
hormones should be released again and again, because the happy hormones are something like people always get addicted to some kind of phone games. So at that time, happy hormones will be connected to that. They'll be thinking like only when we just scroll through something, or when we do some things which we like, the hormones will be secreted. So we should actually try to find ways in which that good hormones can be secreted in a very good way. So in that
Yeah,
condition,
because
yeah,
yeah, stress is a vicious cycle. If you'll get stuck into this cycle, it is way too difficult to get out from this cycle. And to break this cycle, yoga can help you. So this
yeah.
is
So
how it works.
yeah, exactly where the yoga comes into play, because happy hormones like yeah, as you told, endorphins, serotonin, something like which is actually very important to human health, because only then we will be able
Absolutely.
to regulate each and every work in our life. So also tell us, ma'am, when a person is coming very like, they'll be like frustrated, they'll be like in a very high BP, high tension, high pressure from the office to the home, like late evenings, like after 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. So, is there any possibility that we can do yogas? Because most of people will be going for morning duties, like they'll be packing their lunch even before we actually get up from the bed, because they'll be like getting up from bed at 5 o'clock. They'll be packing lunch and they'll be heading towards the office because they have to go for a long travel. There'll be some people will be traveling for 1 hour, 2 hours daily for the offices. So at that point of time,
Yeah.
not having enough time to do yoga in the morning. So for those persons, immediately after coming from home, I mean from office to home, is there any possibility that we can do any yoga asanas during the night time? And if it's like that, should we do yoga asanas even before going to bed? Like how many hours before going to bed? And what type of food should we eat during those kind of nights? And what is the best yoga asanas which we can perform during night time? Or is it like we should not perform yogas during the night time? So tell us all about it, ma'am.
See, there's no particular time to perform yoga, right? Because in morning, best time is morning only. Okay, Brahma Muhurat. Brahma Muhurat is the ideal time to perform yoga, but in busy life schedule of people, we can't do, because we do have kids, we do have work, we do have offices, we have to rush to the office, we have to rush to get ready to our kids and all. So we can't perform in the Brahma Muhurat. But yes, if you are performing in late morning, if you can start in the late morning, this is also the ideal time. But as you say that if a person is coming from the office and immediate after that, can he or she perform the yoga? Yes, of course they can. The only rule is you should be empty stomach. Like before starting your practice, you should be empty stomach. Like before 2 or 3 hours, you should not have any heavy meal. Okay, you can have liquid, but in limits. And then you can start with mild asanas, not rigorous one. If you are having something, if you had something like which is quite heavy to your stomach, you can start with the Sukshma Yoga. Okay, Sukshma Yoga, come to the picture where where you are suffering from the injury, postmortem, and the lady who have just delivered. So you can start with that, and then gradually you can start with the rigorous one. Okay, and what I believe personally, yoga doesn't mean that you always have to perform the advanced asanas like Shirshasanas, Chakrasana. Yoga is way beyond that also, because yoga is a lifestyle. What yoga exactly is? Yoga is addition of anything is yoga. Okay, so people in people, when they hear the word yoga, they always think that you should know headstand, you should know handstand, you should know chakrasana. It isn't like that, right? Yoga is way beyond that. If you are working on your lifestyle, this is also a yoga. Okay, this is a holistic approach, as I already said. Okay, so if you are adopting healthy habits into your lifestyle, this is also you are doing yoga. If you are adopting a disciplined lifestyle, if you are getting up early in the Brahma Muhurta, that is also yoga. If you are not doing hinsa to with anybody, it is also yoga. So yoga is way beyond the advanced asana. If you're going, and if you can achieve advanced asana, it's well and good. But there are 8 limbs of yoga. You heard about 8 limbs of yoga as per Ashtanga yoga. So if you are practicing any one of limb, and if you are inculcating any limb of yoga into your life, you are already doing yoga. So yes, anybody can do yoga and at any point of time, but the basic rules which we need to follow is we should be empty stomach, and we can start with the Sukshma yoga, we can start with the warm up, stretching, and then we do rigorous yoga. And then, and if you are working and if you are sitting on a chair, then also you can do yoga. You can rotate your neck, you can rotate your wrist, you can rotate your toes. This comes under the Sukshma yoga, because many people who are working and who are having sitting jobs, they are suffering from varicose veins, because they are not able to perform any physical activities, and they were suffering from varicose veins. They can do yoga, they can do like up and down their toes, which can relax the calf muscles and nerves of your legs. So this is how you can perform.
So yeah, I do understand that performing yoga on an empty stomach is good for health, but also at the same time, after performing yoga, if we have to consume any food items, what was the best item of food which we can consume? Tell us about it now.
Okay, so in yoga, we believe to have sattvic food. Okay, anything which is home cooked is the best thing to have. Okay, less oil with less spices, because salt should be in limit, and sugar also should be in limit. So yes, home cooked food and with portion limitation is should be good. Like there are, I always believe in sustainable food, sustainable diet, right? You should not go to the fancy diet or crash diet. After performing yoga, you can have anything like fruits or home cooked food. One chapati portion should be limited, and the food should be sattvic. So
So
in yoga, we believe not to have non-veg or this kind of food. This will affect our mental health also. Like you heard about this saying, whatever you will have, you will become like that. So this is how it works.
of course, what we have determines who we are.
Reflect. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It
exactly. I
reflect
do
on.
understand. So,
Yeah.
yeah, there are different yoga asanas starting from a beginner to a pro. So, tell us, ma'am,
Hmm.
what do you think is the most difficult yoga asanas which you felt personally that, okay, this is a great asana to do, but also at the same time, it's most difficult. People should have enough practice and it will take this much amount of days to be a pro in that yogasana. So tell us about that yogasana, about the benefits of doing that yogasana, how many days will be taking to actually becoming a pro in that yogasana. So tell us all about it now.
See, there's no easy or tough asanas. Okay. Every individual is different and every individual's body is different. So you have to understand your body's anatomy. Okay. Because for some people, they do have stiffness in their shoulder. Some may have stiffness in their hamstrings. Some may have stiffness in their hip flexors. So like according to the body, person may find difficult any particular asanas to perform, right? It is body to body, depends on the person's body. So yes, that's all I can say. There's no such difficult or easy asanas. It's all about your body. Always you have to listen to your body. You should not forcefully perform any asana. It will be very dangerous for your body, because some may fall down. If you are trying headstand initially, you should always take support of your wall. Without wall, you should never try if you are in initial stage. Okay, so you should be very very careful while performing advanced asana, or you can say tough asanas, right? So there, for me, like as per my experience, there's no such difficult or easy asanas. There's always depends on the person who's performing that asana and how much their body is allowing to perform that asanas. So if you are having stiffness on a particular joint or muscle, you have to work on that to get rid of that stiffness. Then you should try that particular asana which sounds difficult to you. So
Yeah, I do
yes.
understand that we should not do perform yoga asanas during time like we have some kind of stiffness in some kind of joints. So tell us, ma'am, actually, when performing yoga asanas, is there any kind of way which we can find out this yoga asana we should not try because we are having some kind of difficulty in your body? Because most of people will be not knowing about their own body. They'll be thinking like, okay, it's part of the process, because people do when they ask other people like, okay, I'm doing this yoga asana, it's very difficult for me, then the other colleague will also be telling like, yeah, during the first time as a beginner you will be feeling it very difficult, and they will be fixing their mindset like, okay, they told me like, okay, it's going to be hard in the beginning. Okay, I should be like controlling my pain and I should be doing this yoga asana. So to those people, they will not be knowing that it is their body which is not actually allowing them to perform because of some kind of, as you told right now, because there may be some kind of stiffness, there may be some kind of pain in the joints. So what thing that you would like to advise people by which one can actually sort out, okay, this is not the right time and this is not the right yogasana for us. So this is not the pain that is coming because of the yoga we perform, this is because of our bodily pain which we have inbuilt and which we should get rid of it at the very first time. So tell us about the kind of thing by which one can actually analyze which yoga is not very good for them to do, ma'am.
See, through my experience, I do have some students who are doing yoga on regular basis with me. So I always suggest them that don't compare your body with other person's body. It will adversely affect your body. Okay, you always have to listen to your body. If you are, because all days are not same. Okay, sometime you are getting up from the bed and you might be having pain in your knees, so at that day you have to listen to your body and you have to avoid all the asanas or workout which is involving this joint. Otherwise, what will happen if already you're having pain in your knee, and if you are doing some asanas, and if you are performing any workout forcefully and you are involving this knee, you have to sit at home for 4 5 days and you will not be able to perform any workout for coming 5 4 days. Okay, so it's better let your teacher know that today I am having this pain. So teacher will like modify some asanas, and if they will try to teach you some other thing on that particular day, because always it is important to listen to your body, always. And always you have to keep in one thing in your mind, that don't compare yourself with other. Because if you are in a yoga class, if you are having mat with each other, there are 10 or 20 people are in their are in that class and they are performing some asana, and you may find it difficult to perform. So you should better listen to your body and you should ask to your teacher how I can achieve this asana. So they will teach you, and gradually, I'm sure you will be able to perform that asana, which might you feel difficult today. You will be able to perform in coming days. But don't force yourself. Until unless you are comfortable, then only perform. Don't force. Otherwise, you'll end up with a problem.
Yeah,
So
that's a
yes, you
that's
have
a
to
good
listen to
thing.
your body.
That's a good thing to listen to your body and also to your mentor instead of
Yeah.
doing something on our own.
Yeah.
So
Don't rush. Yeah.
yeah, I do understand. So also, if consider some kind of athletes, not only athletes, if any kind of person who is undergoing any kind of injuries in their body, because they will be they may be a sports person, they may be having injuries because of that, or any kind of accidents or any kind of things which led them not to do any kind of yoga asana. So at that time, if they're doing any yoga asanas, is there any kind of modifications in by which we can actually do yoga irrespective of the injury in our body? And during that time, how can we actually modify the yoga poses? So tell us about it, ma'am.
Yes, always you can do yoga with, if you are having some kind of injury. First, you need to understand where it is finding difficult you to move. Okay, as I told you that if you are having pain in your knee, so you can do yoga asanas which involve your upper body. You should avoid yoga asanas which is affecting or which will involve your lower body, because your pain is in knees. But you can, in any which ways you can perform and involve your upper body for workouts. Okay, at that time you can use props like theraband, stick. Okay, and weights also you can inculcate in your this thing, your workout or yoga session. You can do like you always can experiment with the props, right? As I told you, like if you are having knee pain, then you can do yoga. If you are sitting, and you can stretch your hands out through yoga mat like this. Okay. And you can, yes, you can stretch your body out so that stiffness will not be there in your upper body at least. And once you are back, once your pain will subside, you can involve and you can start with the overall body workout.
Also people most
That
of, yeah, also most of the people when they come for a yoga teacher or yoga training classes, the very first thing which will be running in their mind is very simple: I have to lose my weight, I have to undergo weight loss. So to those person, what advice would you tell them? Is there any possibility that we can actually reduce weight through yogas? So what will be the yoga asanas and how many days it will take to perform that yoga asana to do correctly, and how many days it will take for a normal person in an average to undergo weight loss, ma'am? So tell us about it, ma'am.
Yeah, so there's no particular weight loss range we can decide with person because every body is different. Like weight we can manage with yoga very easily. We can reduce weight with yoga. That is 100% is there. First thing, you should be consistent. Second thing, you should be very disciplined with your practice. Okay, then only you can achieve your weight loss journey. Okay, so, yes, everybody is different. Okay, some might be going through this postpartum thing, like the lady who has delivered. So she's in rush to reduce the weight. But I always tell you, first you have to understand your body type, and some people are having that heredity thing that they stuck in a weight. Okay, that we call plateau. We like it is very difficult to break that with only yoga asanas. We cannot achieve that. With lifestyle we can definitely do that, right? Some maybe are suffering from this thyroid issue, or some maybe like you know that with stress also you can land up with overweight thing, right? Because emotional eating is something which will happen when you are suffering from stress. Okay, you are not very conscious what you are eating, when you are eating, how much you are eating, right? So that time, like, you will end up with the weight gain thing, right? So there are so many things that we need to consider when you are contributing to somebody's weight loss journey, particularly, right? If for example, if I am dealing with a person who is suffering from thyroid, okay, and he's suffering from weight gain wala, okay, then what we need to do is we have to introduce asanas which will activate their thyroid gland, because our metabolism is somewhere linked with thyroid functioning. Okay, so we have to do asanas which will help us to activate and stimulate our parathyroid and thyroid gland. That ways we can activate our metabolism functioning properly, right? So that ways you can help them to contribute in their weight loss journey. And if some lady has delivered and she wanted to lose the weight, then you have to tell her about the diet thing. Okay, because at the same time you have to keep in your mind that she is now, like, her baby is feeding, so she should not cut her diet immediately. You can tell her that substitutes you can offer which are healthy for her body and for her baby's body. So that ways you can manage. And yes, through rigorous asanas, through vinyasa flow, through hatha yoga, we can definitely achieve weight loss way better than any other workouts you can achieve with yoga. This is something which is be sustainable, which is going to be sustainable with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, speaking about other terms, like most of people, when they're coming to you as a student, they'll be telling like, "Ma'am, I have to undergo weight loss. Ma'am, I have to make my skin glow. Ma'am, I have to make my body under my control. Ma'am, I have to do some regular exercise because I'm having a lot of stress in my body." There will be a lot of reasons people are flocking to you to have some kind of yoga practices. So what is the most common thing, and what are the kind of things that you actually hear from people, so that people will be thinking like, okay, there are things by which yogas will do good for our health. So tell us all the things by which people come to you to learn yoga from you, and tell us what they actually tell to you before actually enrolling into your yoga classes, ma'am.
People come with majorly two things. They want to lose their weight, or they are suffering from some kind of stress in their life. So, majorly, what I found till now, these are the two reasons, right? And yes, both the things we can easily deal with yoga practice. If we are consistent, if we are disciplined, then we can deal with these two issues, right? So yes, I always suggest them. Then you should be very consistent with your practice. There's no magic wand with us. We can make you look thinner without doing anything. And yes, if you want to deal with your stress, you have to meditate at least twice in a week. Okay, so these are the things, and else everything is byproducts of your practice. As you told me that for glowing skin and for this thing and for that thing, these are byproducts. If you're consistent with your practice, then this will come along with everything. Like you can achieve weight loss, you can achieve a good skin, you can achieve a healthy mind, if you can achieve a healthy body, everything is the byproduct.
So yoga actually have a lot of good things in our body. So also tell us, ma'am, what is the most number of times by which one should actually practice yoga? Is there any kind of time duration, and how many days should we practice yoga? Is it like we should do each and every day, or one day after the other, or we can do it during the weekends only we do have time? So tell us about how many times should we practice yoga for those. There may be people who actually allocate time to perform yoga, so no need to worry about them. So to those people who actually do work in the day-to-day life, they will not be having enough time to go through these yoga asanas. So to those person, what advice would you tell them, and how many times? Suppose consider a person is busy throughout the week, they can't find enough time to do yoga. So tell us what is the correct time duration, how many times of yoga practices should we do in one particular day, and should we practice it like half an hour or 10 minutes or even 5 minutes? So there may be many things based on your experience. So tell us about it, ma'am.
Yeah. So I think there's no restriction of time, but at least 30 minutes should be given to yoga practice, because it started with prayer. Okay, then we do warm up, then we do regress thoda sa yoga. Then after, like when we wind up, we do breathe works. Okay, like pranayama. Then we do om chanting. So this, if we inculcate all these things into a package, it will take at least 30 minutes. Okay, 1 hour if you are giving to your yoga practice, this is like wonderful. But if you have short of time, then you can wind up in 30 minutes as well. Okay, I do have students who are working mostly. Okay, I am telling you, yoga is very addictive. Okay, it's like drugs. If you started practicing, and if you started experience the benefits of yoga, you will be addictive. You will definitely going to take out 1 hour for yourself. That I am telling you with my experience. The students which I am having, they are working and they are more punctual than me sometimes, because I may be taking one personal session, then might be I'll be late by 5 minutes. So they are waiting for that. When you're coming, please start. Okay, shall we start? So this is addictive. They are not taking a single day leave. So once you started experiencing the benefit of yoga, you feel very addictive. You can't resist of doing yoga for a single day. So this is how it is. You can spare you can see, if you are doing yoga, your time management skills will improve, right? And if you are working, and your focus will enhance, that these two things will help you out in your work life. Okay, so by this way you can manage your time very well. and you can get time for yourself for 1 hour or maybe 45 minutes or maybe 30 minutes. You can spare time by yourself because this will improve your focus, this will reduce your stress level, and you can do your work efficiently. You will come up with your work with very happy mood. And if you want to start a day fresh, why not to start with yoga? They think like that. They start their day with yoga and the day will be absolutely will be good. So they know the benefit and they gradually they will start sparing time and they are fine with it.
That's great. Actually, also on the other hand, so tell us if anybody wants to enroll in your yoga kind of sessions. So tell us, do you conduct online and offline, or you conduct both? And if there is any kind of way that do you have any websites, or you just do it? Do you have any separate place where you actually train people for yoga? So tell us all about it. And also, do you actually travel to help students practice yoga? So tell us about your current thing that you're doing right now. Tell us about your past experiences and also about your future ventures, whatever you are planning regarding yoga journey in your future, ma'am.
Yeah. So currently, I'm taking online and offline both the classes from home only. I do have a space in front of my house. There's a beautiful garden where I'm taking offline classes and online classes. I am also taking. I do have good clients with me. And soon I am going to open my studio. For that, I have already taken the space and yes, few things are pending there, so I'm just waiting for that. Hopefully, maybe in coming 3 to 4 months down the line, I will be opening my studio and I will be there like for my students. Yes, so these are my plans.
So that's a great thing. Hope we'll also meet you in the future in Bhopal in your own yoga studio. So
Yeah,
also the
sure.
most common thing which people ask about yoga is breath work. How do you control your breath? Because if during kind of panic situations, what will happen to our bodies? We'll be having enough like oxygen flow. There will be less oxygen flow, and because of which our breath will be like it will be going insane. So by doing proper yoga practices, we can actually kind of control those breath kind of things. So tell us about the breath work about that you practice in yoga, man.
Yeah. In yoga, breath work is usually we call it pranayama, right? So this is our pran. Okay, if we are breathing, that means we are alive, right? So it is very important to know how to gain control on your breath. Okay, this is the major reason. If you're not breathing properly and if you are having stress, your breath will upshoot, right? So you should know how to control it. Okay, this is very good for your to like for managing your stress level. So we should practice pranayama after winding before if you are winding up your session, you should always wind up with the breath work so that your overall mind and body will be in relaxing state. So there are so many pranayamas you can perform, like Anulom Vilom, right? And if you talk about winters, so there's Surya Bhedi pranayam you should practice, okay? So that the energy should be channelized, and you should feel little warmer in this winters. And yes, of course, pranayama will help you out to maintain your stress level. It will keep you calm and it will also enhance your focus because when we are breathing the breathing ratios are there, right? For beginners it should be 1:1:1. Like if you are breathing, inhaling, it should be for 5 counts, then you should hold for 5 counts and you should release for 5 counts. But it like there is a saying that if you are inhaling and if you're exhaling, exhaling should be double from your inhaling, right? So if you are already practicing this pranayama, so after if once you are gaining experience in this thing, then after that your ratio should be 2:2:4. Okay, like if you are inhaling for 5 count, you should hold for 5 count, you should exhale for 10 counts. So this is how it works. If you know how to manage your breathe, you will see the difference. You will see the magic. You can really manage your stress level well.
So that's a great thing. So one final question for this interview is very simple. Via this interview, if you want to convey any kind of message to the people, it may be to the kids, old age people, or middle age people, what will be that particular message, ma'am?
Okay. So, as per my experience and considering my journey, I think everybody should involve yoga in their daily life to experience magic in their life. Because this is the only way where we can align our mind, body, and spirit. Okay. So, if you want to feel the magic, you should do yoga. Okay. It will immediately calm you down. It will immediately uh, like tell you how to focus in your life and how to feel, how to show gratitude. Okay, so this is a very wholesome process, right? If you're going to adapt this in your life, you will feel amazing.
So that's a really wonderful message from you. So people who are watching this interview, please do subscribe to Women Today YouTube channel so that you can receive notifications whenever I do post new videos regarding women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India and also across different countries in the world. So today we had a great session with Neha Singh ma'am. She is a yoga trainer from Bhopal. We discussed a lot about yoga techniques and each and every benefits which we can get via yoga. She is doing both offline and online classes. I'll mention her Instagram link in the YouTube description. You can just, people who are actually fond of having kind of yoga sessions can actually contact her. She is doing both online and offline sessions. So thank you, Neha Singh ma'am, for giving me an opportunity to host you in this wonderful interview. So today's your host is Krishna signing off this Women Today YouTube channel. So today's our guest is from Bhopal. Her name is Neha Singh, a yoga trainer. So thank you. Good evening, ma'am. Have a nice day.
It's an honor, Krishna. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. That's a wrap.